Now we're in business.
Are we ready?
Start this here. Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Tuesday, November 2, 2021 Urbandale City Council meeting. I will call the meeting to order and ask Nicole to take roll call, please.
Carberry Montgomery.
Here.
Caduce.
Here.
Obrecht.
Here.
Hoagie.
Here.
Russell.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, please stand as you're able for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Urbandale is a national leader in character counts, endeavoring at all times to promote and model the principles of trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. In conducting tonight's meeting, we expect that all participants will act in a respectful manner consistent with these principles. At this time, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence for Justin Martin, Officer Justin Martin, Officer Anthony Beminio from the Endow Police Department. 5 years ago today, they were senselessly gunned down, saving and protecting our cities. So please take a moment of silence to honor them. All right, thank you very much. We will never forget. Item 2 is to approve the agenda. Ask for a motion in a second.
So moved.
Motion by Obrecht, second by Pogge. Discussion, please vote. It was a three-way tie.
It's okay. I think I was messing with something there.
Okay, that passes, thank you. Item 3 is Citizens Forum, and before I open it up, we do have a very special presentation from a very special citizen, current citizen, soon to be council member again, Matt Blake. Matt, welcome back. Thank you for your service to our country, and we welcome you back, and I give you the podium to say a few words.
Hello, everybody. Matt Blake, 12312 Horton Avenue. Citizen Blake, thank you. No, it's wonderful to be back. I'm going to keep it very brief because I know that we will try our best to. Oh, gosh, I didn't know that part was needed. I've never been on this side, so this is good. So, Matt Blake, citizen, 12312 Horton Avenue. Today, again, welcome back. I will try to keep it very brief. I'm not here to talk about my entire time I was a part, but I did have a small gift that I want to present the city. Well, while I was over there, I had a flag flown on the 4th of July in behalf of the city of Urbandale. So this was flown, I was in Kuwait at the time. So this isn't Iraq, this wasn't a combat zone, but it was flown in Kuwait. So I wanted to present this to the city, a flag that was flown on the 4th of July. It's a very important one here in our community, and I want to make sure that I gave something a little bit back while you guys were here supporting me, because you guys have flat mat, I only had a flag. So, if you want to I'll present it to you if you would like.
Derek's gonna get a photo for us.
And there's even a certificate of authenticity. Oh my gosh, if I can get it out. Ship it over. So. There you go. Hey, let's do the front of the logo. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Oh. And I will catch you all up on all the stories as it goes along, but I just want to keep it brief tonight. So I would love to get coffee or beer, preferably beer, with all of you as time goes on. I've sent it to everybody, but I have a month off where I'm still on active duty orders, and I will hopefully return to my seat, though I think I'll probably have to lower it probably, because you're much higher than I am, here by the end of the month. So thank you all, and I will be back soon. So thank you very much.
Again, Matt, thank you. Thank you for your service again to our country. Thank you for for doing that. It's a big sacrifice personally and professionally, so we thank you for that. And we're so glad to have you back safely. So welcome back, and we look forward to having you here at the dais. So thank you. All right, we'll move on then to regular citizens forum. This is the opportunity for anyone to address the council on something that's not a part of tonight's agenda. Is there anyone else who'd like to address the council this time? Seeing none, we move on. Item 4, the adoption of the minutes from the October 19 meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Obrecht,
Second?
second by Caduce. Discussion, please vote. Okay, that passes. Item 5 is the consent agenda. We have 7 items for approval on the consent agenda.
Move the consent item.
Motion by Russell,
second.
second by Carberry and Montgomery. Discussion, please vote. Okay, thank you. That passes. Item 6 is public hearings. We have 1 public hearing, and that's to consider the development agreement with A&A Realty Group LLC and Worldwide Integrated Supply Chain with Solutions, Inc. And to introduce the item is I need to have a motion and a second to open the public hearing first.
Move to open the public hearing.
Second.
Obrecht, second by Carberry Montgomery. Discussion, please vote.
I'm a yes. It's stuck on a window for me.
Forget to note for the record that the public notice was published in the October 22, 2021 Des Moines Register, and ask Nicole if there are any objections to that notice is published.
There were none.
Then, to introduce the item is our Assistant Community Development Director, Aaron DeYoung. Aaron.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Council. Aaron DeYoung with the Economic Development Department. I'm happy to present to you the local assistance side of the Worldwide Logistics headquarters expansion here in town. As this is the same as what it was 2 weeks ago. Worldwide Logistics is a freight logistics company here based in Urbandale, and they want to build their new headquarters at 124th and Meredith Drive. And this tonight is the development agreement for the local assistance through our Class A office incentive program that's in our Northwest Market Center Urban Renewal District. Again, it's a 76,000 square foot Class A office building, and it's designed for future expansions when the company grows even further than what they are today. On Meredith Drive there, plans are to begin construction here early in 2022 and be done in 2023, if not sooner. And the total budget for the project with the building and equipment and furniture and fixtures is $17 million. So a little bit of the details with the development agreement. It's a 3-party agreement with A&A Realty Group, so they'll be owning the building and then leasing it to Worldwide Integrated Supply Chain Solutions, which is Worldwide Logistics, their official name with that. They are related entities with the ownership of Worldwide being a part of A&A. There is job creation requirements with this development agreement, and it's pinned in concert with the IEDA assistance agreement, which you saw and approved last council meeting. And that includes 111 new jobs to be created at the new facility. Again, it's a Class A project that was approved by the review panel in late December or in early December 2019. And just a couple of the estimates for the taxes that would come out of the new project. So with the land and the building over the 10-year period of the incentive, they would be paying $3.7 million in taxes. And then the value of the assistance, which is only based on the building component of the project, would be a little over $2 million of rebates to them. So that is the details there. That ends my brief presentation. Happy to answer any questions that you may have.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Any questions for Aaron on the item? All right, we are in public hearing on this item. Would anyone like to address the council on this item, either for or against? Okay, seeing none, I'll ask for a motion and a second to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Motion by Caduce,
Second.
second by Obrecht. Discussion, please vote. that passes. Ask for a motion on the item.
I'm happy to move resolution 227-2021.
Okay, motion by Caduce,
Second.
second by Obrecht. Discussion, please vote. All right, that passes. Wonderful news. Thank you, Aaron. Good news for Urbandale that we're getting another Class A building, and it will be a great addition to Urbandale, so thank you. Item 7 is to establish a public hearings versus item 7.1 to establish a public hearing for the publicly owned property extended lease agreements with the sports associations. And Jan will answer any questions if there are.
Approval of council letter 6870.
Okay, motion by Poggi,
Second.
second by Russell. Discussion, please vote. That passes. And then item 7.2 is to establish the public hearing for the annexation moratorium agreement with the City of Grimes. And Steve or anybody else will be happy to answer any questions.
Just quick question. I'm a visual guy. When this comes back, could we kind of have a map of Grimes, Waukee, kind of where those future boundaries might be if both annexation agreements are executed?
Absolutely, yes. I'll have a picture that shows current city limits and where the line exactly runs in there. Yep.
Okay.
And it, just so you know, it's the exact same line that we had in the 2011 agreement. We just extended it another 1.5 miles to the west.
Right.
So, but yeah, I'll have a map that'll show that.
Yeah, that and the Waukee piece on it too.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I've got one that shows both of them.
Yeah, the Waukee piece, yeah, I mean, essentially we have a corridor, Steve,
Correct.
that continues the corridor further west from where
Yep,
we were.
from 1/2 mile north of Meredith, which is where our line is with Waukee, to the Grimes line varies a little bit, but right, yep.
Thanks for the ask, Adam. I'm pro map too.
We will get that out, but yes, there is a clear corridor for our future development, so. All right,
With that, move approval of council letter 6871.
okay, motion by Obrecht. Second by Poggi. Discussion, please vote. Okay, thank you, that passes. Item 8, then planning and zoning items. We have one, item 8.1, the Graham Collision Building Expansion Site Plan at 4730 Merrell Road. And Steve, you're back
Okay,
at
thank
the
you.
table.
This is just a simple little site plan for Graham Collision on Merrell Road. Here's Merrell out here to the right of the sheet with the frontage road. And what they are doing is taking basically a U-shaped area where there is not building today and just kind of filling that in. So it's about a 33,000 square foot building overall as it runs east to west, and they're gonna fill this area in with about 2,800 additional square feet. And then this darker gray rectangle is an area where they're gonna remove and replace some pavement that's out in front of that area. So we'll basically just make it a solid rectangle. Planning and Zoning Commission recommends approval. Be happy to answer any questions.
I remember reading, there was, parking was not an issue here on the
Correct.
expansion. Everything was within code, okay.
Yep.
Then I would move council letter 6873.
Okay, motion by Russell.
Second.
Second by Caduce. Discussion, please vote. Okay, that passes. Item 9, we have several items on the regular agenda versus item 9.1, the public property lease agreements with the Urbandale Community School District. And I'll turn over to Jan Herkey, our Parks and Rec Director, excuse me.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, before you tonight is the 2-year lease agreement with the Urbandale Community School District. The school district uses the softball complex at Lions Park, as well as the tennis courts at Lions Park and Walker Johnson Park. So we are proposing or entering into a 2-year agreement that through 2022 and 2023. The Park and Rec Commission has recommended approval, and the school board has already signed the agreements as well. So be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions for Jan?
No talk of a high school pickleball team yet?
No talk of a high school pickleball team, no.
I mean, they're starting all the other club sports. I bet you could get it going as a club sport.
I bet all they need is an adult sponsor, Adam.
Okay. Sounds like you'll have some time to do that.
Not my, you don't want me coaching
Yeah.
pickleball.
Move approval of council letter 6872.
Second.
By Obrecht, second by Caduce. Discussion, please vote. Thank you, that passes. Item 9.2 is to consider the satisfaction and release of the petition and waiver agreement for the Walnut Crest Plat 2 Lot 1. And John, answer any questions if there are any.
Approval of council letter 6869.
Okay. Motion by Pogie,
Second.
second by Obrecht. Discussion, please vote. Okay, thank you, that passes. All right, then item 9.3 is the consider the Iowa Department of Transportation pre-design agreement. And to open the item, or can introduce the items, our Director of Engineering and Public Works, John Larson. John?
Good evening, Mayor, members of the council. I thought I'd just start with a little bit of background on the interchange before I went into the agreement. What I'm using is some of the slides that you've seen before from the DOT's presentation, but not a lot has changed. So what we're looking at is this is the Hickman Road Diverging Diamond. Douglas is to the right or to the north, and then University to the south. So what the project will do, it will involve some modifications to the loop ramp here at Douglas, and then they'll widen out the interstate to have a total of 8 lanes plus the auxiliary lanes, and then tie in at University Avenue. And the intent is this will continue in the future to the south, which will be part of the Mixed Master project. Right now, this project is planned for purchasing right away in 2024, and the construction to occur in 2025 and 2026. And again, right now, this is just kind of more how the IJR showed it. The consultant, the DOT, and Federal Highway are still kind of working through exactly, how long the decel tapers and everything should be. So they're fine tuning everything, but this is in general concept what we'll be looking at. So then we look at the Diverging Diamond, just kind of want to run through a little bit how that operates. What it basically does is it eliminates the need to do left turns and crossing in front of traffic. So in a normal situation, if you were going westbound, which is, I guess, going to the north here, you'd continue there, but you do your left, cross traffic, and get onto the ramp. The way this works is you kind of continue as a through movement. There's a traffic signal for crossing the traffic. You're onto the other side of the road, and then you more or less have a free left to join onto the ramp. So what we're looking at with the Diverging Diamond is we'll have 6 through lanes on Hickman Road, 3 in each direction. They're looking at dual lefts for the on and off ramps. And as I mentioned, you have a traffic signal at each of your intersections here where you cross over to the other side of the road. We got a trail on the north side of the road and then a sidewalk on the south. So then looking at the agreement that's before you tonight is the DOT has agreed to pay for the interchange, the design, the construction of it. But Clive and Urbandale said there's a few other things we'd kind of like to look at. For instance, the land uses is more of Clive because we've got the bulk of the north side of Hickman is developed, but they have a lot of development left, so they wanted the DOT to look at that, so they're paying for that. We're also looking at like access management just to make sure everything is set up. It's been studied a lot in the past, but just make sure everybody's still in agreement. Then we're gonna look at the bicycle and pedestrian accommodations and how they tie into the systems around them. We'll be looking at the stormwater, and the aesthetics is looking at gateway features, entrance signs, things like that that could be at the interchange. And then they'll also be looking at funding opportunities, because basically anything we add that's a Clive and Urbandale specific cost would be something the cities would need to pay for. The DOT's not gonna pick that up. And then one other thing they will do is when the study's all completed, there's a time in there for a presentation to the council to kind of run through the results of the study. With that, I'd be glad to answer any questions.
I've got a specific question about the project. Maybe you can't answer it yet, but Is the Diverging Diamond on the ground or elevated?
You don't know, but it'll still go below. They'll do some work on the bridge above. There's some widening and some reconstruction of that, but nope, Hickman will still be down below.
Okay, and that's where the traffic will,
Correct. Yep, like I said, they'll have to reconstruct the bridge, do some things, but you'll still more or less be in that same similar footprint / movement that you do today. The interstate will still go up and over.
okay. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, any other questions? If not,
Move approval of Council Letter 6868.
Second.
motion by Obrek,
Second.
second by Caduce. Discussion, please vote. Okay, thank you, that passes. That takes us to the end of our regular agenda. Ron, anything to that?
Nothing other than tell you that, Metro Waste last week started receiving material in Merrell on Grimes. And, I think it's gonna work all right, although our executive director is on the sorting line right now, trying to help get things smoothed out. But, it looks like everything's going like it's planned, so it should be up and running in full.
Your executive director made a similar, expressed that concern at the DART meeting today, because we're having lots of hiring issues related to our drivers, so. And one of the things we're doing at DART is having some of the leadership team, not like Elizabeth, but more the safety managers and those sorts of people actually get behind the wheel, so. The ones that have their CDL, so. Had my DART meeting today. I guess, are you done? I interrupted you, as always. Had our DART meeting today. That's the biggest issue right now with DART is hiring enough paratransit drivers. So we're working diligently to be creative on that. And DART will be coming the last meeting in November to give us a presentation and update. So that'll be very exciting, I'm sure. I'm looking forward to it. So, and thank you, Mayor, for taking our moment of silence. It's been heavy on my heart today. Even though I wasn't on the council, still very vividly remember that day and the loss for our community, our police department. I went to the same high school as Sergeant Beminio, so had some connections there, but it's, I think we do a very good, not that we need to do a good job, but of continuing his memory and their service. So I really appreciate that we're able to do that. And I'm sure everybody in here has voted. Adam's sporting his vote swag, but polls close
You
in
have 35 minutes if you have.
hour and
They close at 8?
31 minutes. So
Oh, that's right. It's only 6:20. I was thinking of 7.
Get on the bank, the phone bank.
yeah, to
right,
get
yeah,
out
yeah.
there. So I've heard there's been an incredible turnout today. So people are engaged in our democracy. So that's always a good thing. That's it.
Thank you, Bridget. Adam.
Thanks to the engineering department for educating a group of fifth graders at Rolling Green about what it takes to build a pool in a backyard. And just obviously a lot of staff interaction, whether it's with schools, whether it's with youth, there's always seems to be positive feedback from the community when staff interacts in these ways to help educate our community. So thank you to everybody for doing those things.
Thanks. David.
Had a great turnout in Urbandale for the trick-or-treat night Saturday. We had lots of kids in our neighborhood, and just reading from some of the neighborhood sites, everything went really well, and it sounds like a good time for all.
Absolutely.
If you want the king-size candy bars, you do want to be in David's house.
We got the big ones, yes.
That's right. No, thanks, Bridget, and thanks, Mayor, for mentioning it. Tough day in Urbandale. Appreciated that. Do want to remind everybody, too, we have a Endow Urbandale grant presentation event on Thursday. Anyone's welcome. We will be serving wine and beer, too, if that is another good reason to go there. We'll be giving out grants. It's at the Giovanetti Shelter House, 5 to 7 on Thursday. So if anybody wants to join us, you're more than welcome.
Is there a specific time for the program?
Yes, I meant to mention that. Thank you, Bridget. 5:45, we'll be giving out the grants. So yeah, come at
So if I come at
5:45.
5:45, I can get one of those?
Yeah, we got the big checks. So, yeah, we'll actually have the big checks, and I think we might have already mailed out the real ones, but we'll soon be giving that. But no, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Adam.
Could I have one more thing, Bob, and to remind you that tomorrow is the Quick Star ribbon cutting, the one out by Home Depot?
Yep.
I got an email from their manager inviting us out.
Yep.
So it's from like 10 to noon. It's,
Well, I think they're gathering from 10 to noon. I think the cut's at 11.
that's right,
believe.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. If you haven't been out there, I highly recommend. It's great service, and
Grab some chicken tenders while you're
the
there.
chicken is unbelievably good.
There you go.
It's happened in the one in Waukee. I go by there on the way to get the kids to school, and it's very popular.
And then the one in Douglas is gonna open up, I think, November 18th.
A couple weeks, yeah.
Couple weeks, so we'll have two of them here online, ready to go.
All right. Well, to end the note, or end the meeting on a light note, I'm gonna just, I got this package, I get these every once in a while. These are fun to read, but I got a package from a group of St. Pius second graders, letters to the mayor. I just want to read a few of these, because it's kind of, the themes are kind of fun just to listen to. Dear Mayor, make our city a better place, make the right decisions for the city. Thank you for everything. That's from Declan. Dear Mayor, thank you for all your woke.
I think it's thanking you for being woke.
Work, there you go. Thank you, Bridget and Interpreter. Thank you for clean, fresh water. Do you have kids? Dear Mr. Mayor, thank you for a wonderful library. I love reading. It is so fun to read. That's from Keegan. Julia says, Dear Urbandale, thank you for keeping me safe every day. Thank you for all the services you give us, like police, doctors, firefighters, and lifesavers. Thanks for everything. You are the best. Dear Mr. Mayor, where do you live? Thank you for the police station. Thank you for a wonderful library and safe streets. That's from Vinny. I'll read one last one. I kind of like this one too. Dear Urbandale, thank you for good roads. Thank you for Urbandale. Thank you for fruit. Thank you for police. Thank you, Urbandale. Thank you for school. Sincerely, Maddie. So.
I think we could put that one into a Dr. Seuss book, or Good Night Urbandale or something.
Are you going to be responding to all of these letters?
Those are fun to read, so I'm glad they have a great appreciation and are learning about the city, so. Sure.
Real quickly, just at the end, reminder, Saturday morning,
Yes.
8 o'clock sharp, the bus leaves at 8:01. And so, this is the first tour we've been able to have in the last couple of years. So you leave at 8 o'clock. We will get you back hopefully no later than 12 noon. Staff and I have made out a route that we're going to hit. Current projects, future projects, points of interest for you. But we do leave here at 8 o'clock. Talked to Adam back already, and he has other issues coming up, so they'll meet us at our first stop, which we intend to be the new Public Works and Park and Recreation Facility. But I'll send out a reminder to you all that 8 o'clock on Saturday.
And we should be back by
No later than 12 noon. That's my place.
no later than noon.
And AJ told me that as interim member, it's my responsibility to supply the coffee. So if you text me your Starbucks order by 7:30, I will supply the coffee.
And as mayor, I get a call shotgun in front. So.
There is a pecking order to the seating, so just a reminder, I'll send out another reminder to you.
Yep, thank
It's
you.
customary to stop with donuts too.
Well, yes, of course.
And so some old folks can't go the whole 4 hours. without visiting.
Well, we may have to visit one of those quick stars on the.
Hey, that's
That's okay with me.
All right, then I'll ask for a motion and a second to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thank you, everyone. We are adjourned. Have a good evening.